the place on fire. Let's get higher. Get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. Get a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn. Yeah, I'ma make it burn. 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 I'ma make it burn.
Welcome to the show. Gaming's what I know. You will clearly see when you challenge me. Once you step inside, there is nowhere to hide. They will clap and cheer as you wipe your tears. Set fire to your screen with a little bit of gasoline. Time to start the show. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Welcome to the show. My name's Nix, don't you know? Cabal's the game here on our show. On the gaming tips review. Gaming tips for you. Please, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe the view on the gaming tips review. Now without further ado, the gaming tips review. Alright, howdy, how's it going, everybody? Today is the day where we're going to run through Cabal and we're gonna break it down and see how we can achieve a hot score. So this is going to be a fantastic showing. You're in for a treat for today because this playthrough I did very well. Very good showing today. So I'm glad I was able to capture this gameplay for the video. So we actually were able to run through the whole game and play all the bosses right to the end credits. And yeah, without further ado, like we mentioned before, let's get it started. Alright, so let's get this all set up here. And we're going to start. So Cabal, great game, made by the TAG Corporation, 88, sorry. And I played this game in the arcade when I was a young boy, and this game blew me away. Never seen anything like this in video games at that point in time in my life, and just the amount of sheer destruction that you could do in this game was just very appealing. With all the cartoons they had out at the time, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and just seeing all that action, it kind of translated over into the video game world here, and it was very appealing. So here we go, let's start the tape here. Alright. So level 1, we're going to go right after the buildings because they're going to yield points. So 10,000 points that comes out of it. Now that's random every playthrough. Sometimes a grenade will come out of that building. And that's like that for all the levels, so don't fret. But I usually like to get that 10,000 points though. So just keep going along, destroy everything you can because you're getting points as you're shooting the destructible objects, like 10 points to bullets, so you're getting points that way. And now I got that shotgun that I'm going to blast the tanks. Now as you can see, I'm trying to avoid shooting the infantry, and I'm just avoiding the projectiles because the tanks, all the vehicles, they yield the highest point value. You're getting thousands of points when you take those out, and you're only getting like 300 points or something like that when you take out the infantry. And you want to try to take out more tanks to get the points before that enemy meter at the bottom reaches. So it starts full blue. When it goes all red, the enemy is destroyed, and you proceed to the next level. So I'm just working the magic here, and I'm trying to maximize my points. I'm listening for the audio cues for the tanks rolling in, and I'm getting prepared to shoot them. So this playthrough I got 79,000, so that's decent. The highest point value I got after that round was 88,000, just by doing what I did. And that's all dependent on what I'm getting out of the buildings point-wise, and like I said, how many vehicles I destroy. So same principle here, I'm just going to destroy everything that I can, try to yield the all the bonus points. Now those trucks that come, they drop enemies on the map, so you can try to take those out before they drop their enemies. That's what I always try to do. And same with the tanks, I try to shoot them before they fire their projectiles. So I'm going after all those buildings. I'm still going after the scenery and try to take that out. I've got a shotgun, and I'm getting points for shooting that wall too. Now this level, that wall counts toward the enemy damage, so you can actually quickly get out of this level, I think, by shooting that brick wall. As you can see what happened there. So that's one way to get out of that level quickly. I could have gotten more points by shooting at it because I've had over 15,000 points at this juncture. Now this, as you can see, I'm taking out the keep out signs. Now if you don't take those out, that gate opens periodically throughout the whole level, and two guys will come and launch grenades at you. So if you take out that keep out sign, they never appear. As you can see, they're not coming in that space to throw grenades. So that's why I immediately do that when the level starts, and then I proceed to take out the scenery. Get all the points, get the chopper. Look at how many points I got for that. Look at that jump, look at that score jump. Boom. That was 3,000 points taking out that truck. As you can see, you're getting peanut points for shooting the infantry. So in comparison to Bread Brothers, like they had the tin can to help you get the points and boost your points in the game. This is how you boost your points in the game, is you go after the infantry and you try to avoid all the projectiles from everything else. And you can shoot all these projectiles too, keep in mind. You don't just have to keep rolling around. If you're in a position to, with your cursor, just try to shoot the projectiles so you can stay put. So there's two ways you can see me firing. Like I'll roll and I'll hold the button down, and then I just move the cursor around. And there's other times where I'm tapping the button so I can move and shoot at the same time. But for the most part, I like to try to stay stationary so I can move my cursor around and aim at everything. Especially when you get the power guns. See, I'm going to take that guy out. Boom, look how many points I got. Thousands of points for taking out that chopper. The most I've had at that juncture, this juncture is 300,000. But that's not on this run. So yeah, shoot all the things in the background. That's a big one. Do not miss these points. 30,000, 20,000. You gotta grab those. So that's why you want to take this stuff out early before it gets hectic. The enemies start spawning in. And that's what I've done here so far. I've taken everything out that I need to. Now I can focus on boosting the points by shooting all the tanks and vehicles. And this guy, the gray guy, you get grenades when you shoot him. Or sometimes when you're shooting grenade projectiles that throw it at you, they turn into items. Now, you'll see sometimes for the gray guys that the paramedics come to pick them up. Now what you do is when the paramedics come shoot the paramedics, they yield grenades, right? But this game is programmed to have only like 4 grenades like spawned on the bottom at one time, so you can't just sit there and spam and get like 8 grenades to lie on the ground. So the most you can get is 4 until you start picking them up or it just disappears. And now that's another thing to speak on is those things that do drop the points, the items, everything. You have a finite window of opportunity to pick those things up. It's a lot shorter than Blood Brothers. So once something drops, you gotta make a plan to go get it in the next few seconds, else your window closes, it'll disappear by the time you actually decide to go over to get it. So Be hasty. And there we go. Now this is the boss fight. He always spawns in the upper left-hand corner, so always start your cursor up there to start the boss fight. And also, you can shoot all these projectiles to prevent you from having to actually move. You can just stay in one spot and aim. As you can see, I'm just slightly moving left or right because I don't feel like moving the cursor back to take those out. That's why in that moment, so I just want to keep shooting at the helicopter. So you can see I'm taking my, so I don't have to move, and then boom. Easy. You don't have to overthink that one. So that's fantastic. We're on to level 2. Here we go. So this one, I like to throw grenades in the background because all those branches have like they're individual in segments as you shoot them, and it takes forever to take them out. And you've got all the vehicles, infantry walking behind all that, and you're not going to get shots off because all those branches are there. So I just toss grenades at the start to take them out to clear the opening, so I can then just shoot at everything clearly. And then, yeah, just take out everything in the map, the branches, your points, those logs in the water. I think they're like 1,000 points. I think right here I'm not focusing too much on getting those things in the water. I'm focused on just getting the tanks, since there's a lot of them, a lot going on here. I'm shooting grenades as they're being tossed at me, so I don't have to move. I'm just sitting in the corner, just minding my own business, and then bada bing, bada boom, it's over. As you can see, I'm not really tossing too many grenades. I'm trying to stockpile them. It is helpful to have them for later on in the game. Now, for this level, I throw all the grenades first because I want to get all the points. Because, look, shortly after the level starts, it gets hectic with infantry. Look at all the projectiles. I'm sitting here focused on trying to avoid all these projectiles while taking things out and not getting killed. So I roll right there at the right moment. I stay put, roll again. And I just get in the corner, and I'm trying to take out the helicopters. Get these points. Gotta roll again, roll again. Roll, roll. How did I not die there? Here we go. Keep rolling. Awesome. Shoot the grenades. Roll, roll. Oh, just avoided that grenade explosion. And yes, we've success. We made it. Okay, now we proceed into the villa. So now we have to take out all these buildings. 20,000 points. Definitely got to get that. Take the trees out. They yield points as you shoot them. And it also clears your sight line to shoot everything going across. 30,000 points. Got to grab that. Yeah, I'm going to grab that shotgun to help me out. Take everything out quickly. Get those vehicles. Clean up some infantry. Just clear the screen. Take everything out. Alright, we're halfway through the level. Take out some more. Oh, look at that. I saved all that for the helicopters. Ooh, more projectiles. Gotta roll. Okay, I gotta roll again. There we go. It's getting overrun. Getting overrun here, but still, success. We held on and we won the battle. We move into the villa. Now, we're in the, I guess you could say pond. I don't know what you want to call this, but yeah, take out that building. 50,000 points. Gotta grab that. That's big. Now, as you can see, this level is pretty straightforward. It's just hang out in the corner, and you really don't have to move much. Just focus on all the scuba divers popping out. It's like whack-a-mole. If you can shoot them before they shoot their projectiles, you can just kind of sit there. As you can see, I had just to move a little bit because I was focused on the vehicle on the bridge there. And they were able to get a projectile off. But for the most part, you just kind of wash, rinse, repeat until the enemy bar goes down. Getting more points by shooting the tank. I always want to get those tanks destroyed. Because they'll just sit there and keep shooting their projectiles. And if you stay on one side of the screen like I am here, the ones on the left don't bother you. none of them projectiles. Even the guy throwing the grenades, most of the grenades don't even come anywhere near you. You just have to focus on the enemies on the right side of the screen. So this makes it pretty easy and straightforward. Now, it is the boss fight. It is the Submarine. So he only has one weak point, and it's in between the second and third missile silos. Right, so you gotta shoot him right in the middle, right there where it's flashing. And you can also shoot his projectiles as well. But for the most part, pay attention to, because they come fast, those projectiles. Get ready to roll if you need to. In some cases, the projectiles are way off, and maybe you just have to roll once or not at all, and just keep shooting. Just watch, rinse, repeat, wear him down. Yep, gonna go down one more time. He's finished right here. He's finished right here. Come on, got him. Finish him. Yes. Good stuff. This is fantastic. Nice run. We got 3 lives right now. Just under 1 million. We're on level 3. This is great. Alright, so here, I'm going to take out the buildings quickly. I want to get those points because it's going to get hectic. Every level from here on out in the game, you have a few moments to do what you need to do, and look what happens. See, 4 helicopters, infantry galore. It's just chaos. At this point, if you haven't taken out buildings, don't take out buildings right now. You need to stay alive. And this is what I mean by stockpiling your grenades earlier on. When it isn't hectic, save your grenades to destroy stuff later on in the game to ensure you get those points. So when the time comes, when the infantry and everything starts coming, you're ready to go. You're not focused on trying to get those points for score chasing. You already got them. So right now I've run out of grenades, so I have to somehow get some grenades and hopefully get some special power-ups with the guns to try to take things out quickly. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I just got a grenade there, and I'm just gonna try to focus on taking everything out right now before it gets hectic. Alright, I got a gun here, that's gonna help me out. Take out those helicopters real quick, if I can. Alright, just got 2 of them. Alright, those will yield a couple thousand points. I'm gonna roll to get those out of the way. Oh, I got 2 gray infantry, gotta take them out because they won't stop. They won't leave the screen until you take care of them, or they roll off screen when you shoot them. That's one way to get rid of them, if they roll the opposite direction when they're on the sides of the screen. You can get them off the screen, and then they don't come back. Alright, got that gun again. Now it's time to just unload. Yeah, 3 helicopters. Bang, bang, bang. Look at that score jump. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. At this point, I'm really excited because I beat my high score. Oh, actually my first high score. My high score at this point was 1.3 billion. So I'm almost there. So I'm very excited at this point because I know I've got 3 lives and things are rolling pretty good. So spoiler alert, yes, we beat that. We beat my high score, 1.3 billion at this point, but by how much? Well, keep watching to find out. Here we go. So yeah, just like I said, take everything out and then you can focus on all the chaos that's transpiring in front of you here. Look at that, just, yeah, it is so good when you get these guns. Now with these guns, I will mention that if you just sit there and hold the button, you lose the power up quickly, right? I think it's ammo based, so you can sit there and hold on to that special weapon as long as you're not going full auto with it. Just like shoot, let go, and you can make it last a little bit longer. Because if you're just sitting there moving the cursor and shooting, you're not actually hitting anything at times, and you're wasting bullets per se. And yes, I hit the roll button, but I didn't hit the roll button. You gotta move with the joystick at the same time and not fire. It's a very touchy control with the input. You have to be precise. It's not like Blood Brothers. It's a little different. So I make mistakes from time to time with that roll. I miss the gate and the input. because you have to hit the left or right for the roll. It doesn't work if you're off the gate a little bit. You gotta hit that left and right. Oh, I'm not gonna get those points. Yeah, I got greedy, right? The greed mechanic got me there. Look at all those projectiles. I'm like, ooh, look at the 50,000, the 20,000 point. That's 70,000 points right there, man. I left that on the table. Now for this boss fight, it's like Optimus Prime. Take out the front part of it like I just did there. Because if you don't, he actually leaves, and he'll leave those silos, and then you have to shoot those, and then he'll bring more. Now you can see, I'm going to pause it right there for a second. And explain what just happened there. Now, before that boss fight started, we got a special gun, right? One of like the machine gun. Because I didn't go full auto with it once I acquired with it at the end of the level, the boss fight was initiated. I held on to that power up, and I was able to use it on that boss fight. And those guns, if you can take those guns, the shotgun or that machine gun, into a boss fight, it makes short work of every boss you'll ever meet. Now, you can't really plan that to happen, but be aware of it when it does happen. When you see the enemy's life meter is low and you're in a boss fight level, think of your strategy. Maybe throw grenades to finish off the level so you can save that gun for the boss fight. That's a tip you could use right there. Alright, so let's continue with level 4-1. Now this point of the game, I am very ecstatic because I've beat my high score and we're going strong. Unfortunately, we have the life I have that I'm on right now and 1 heart, so 2 lives remaining. I do believe I get more opportunities to get 1 up, so let's pay attention to that during the gameplay. So here we go. So you gotta just shoot everything in the background. Now this particular level, I didn't have a lot of grenades, I didn't have a lot of opportunity to see how much background I could take out. I'm imagining it's just the rock, those 2 huts. I don't think any of the trees can be taken out or the bushes. I think that's about it in this level. And this level just spawns infantry, I believe. There's no vehicles in this level, so feel free to just keep shooting everything once the level starts. Because there's no real points to be had in this level. So I'm just watching all these projectiles coming in, and I'm trying to find my path to go through. As you can see, I'm moving left or right, or just standing still, or just slightly moving just to avoid, and then rolling when necessary. And in this game, you need to anticipate rolling a lot sooner if you're going to roll compared to Blood Brothers. And here we go. Get all these points, take everything out here. 5,000, 3,000. Like I said, sometimes it's random what you're going to get point-wise. In some cases, it's the same every playthrough. That's a nice 20,000 points. Gonna take out that structure. That's gonna yield another point value, another 20,000. And I believe that is everything I can destroy right now. So now I'm gonna go after the tanks. Ooh, and I got the special weapon. Nice machine gun. I'm gonna clean everything up here. Make it safe so I have a lot of maneuverability. Because yeah, if you let all the infantry pile up, the projectiles start filling the screen. So that's the catch when you're trying to do point boosting. When you're trying to only go for the vehicles, you run the risk of dying because you're allowing the screen to fill up with the infantry projectiles on some of the levels. This level right now, the infantry count isn't too bad. As you can see, the game's not really throwing me too much at this level. A couple tanks, a few bombing runs. there really isn't much to shoot at, to destroy in the scenery. Just the stuff in the foreground, right in front of you here. Get that. Alright, that helps. Ooh, now I almost got stuck in the corner there. Alright, now I'm trying to make myself a window here to save space, clear everything out in the vicinity. Because I know everything on the right side of the screen can't reach me unless they're lobbing grenades. Like, all those projectiles don't have the angle to hit me. So always keep that in mind. So you always want to take the enemies out on the side of the screen that you are on. So the projectiles don't pile up, so it doesn't force you to move around. In most cases, it's easier said than done. That's why we have a roll button. That's your last ditch effort. And for most cases, if you roll at the right time, you can roll for a projectile that's like gonna hit you, and or an explosion, and you won't take damage. I think we've already seen it in this playthrough already. Like, I'm just rolling along here. 1.7 million. We're still going strong. Taking out all these infantry, all the tanks. I'm getting really good power-ups. The game is being very generous to me right now. Especially in this moment, like, oh, it's a dream to get that. Because you don't get extra points for shooting. Alright, this one, take out the middle. This is another boss fight. Take the middle one out immediately. Then you focus on the outsides, because you can see the angles of the projectiles, right? If you take out the middle one, those two side ones don't really have much of an angle to get you. Like, they have an angle, but you can easily sidestep without rolling. As you can see in right what I just did here. Now I was lucky and I got those guns power-ups, and I was able to destroy very quickly. But yeah, that's the strategy for that boss fight. Take the middle one out immediately. That's the one that's going to cause you trouble. Now this one, the background takes a little bit to destroy because these are big boulders. Like, some of this stuff takes a little bit to destroy. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of grenades. Oh, look at that, 30,000 points. You gotta grab those big ones. You're score chasing, do not miss those big ones. Look, another 30,000. You gotta destroy the background. Very imperative. That's where you're getting your money. Let's go. Now in this case, I'm so far in the game. I did get another 1-up, so I got 2 1-ups in the life I'm on, but I'm really trying to stay alive at this point because this is the furthest I've been on 1/4. So I am going after infantry and not letting them pile up. I'm just shooting everything on the screen. For the most part, I do try to go after the vehicles. I want those points. But when they're not on the screen, I'm going after the infantry. There we go. Next round. Okay, 5-2. Here we go. Same thing. Go in here, destroy everything. Get those buildings on the left and the right. Ooh, that's 10,000 points right there. That's big. I believe that's it. I think those boulders on the right are one left. Oh, I'm getting spoiled with these guns. Gonna roll away from that, get to a safe spot, and then ooh, another gun. I'm just gonna set up shop over here. Oh, I'm getting spoiled rotten with these guns. Oh no, nasty, so nasty. Just, oh, that was filthy. It just went right through them. They didn't stand a chance. Now it looks like we're in a base here, so in the middle there's a tank that'll appear in that door. Yeah, he'll spawn from time to time. Now I tried shooting at it, but it doesn't look like you can destroy that gate. So right now I'm just focusing on the buildings in front. Oh, more guns. The game is being so generous. It knows, and like, I'm so happy. Broke the 2 million mark, and I'm going strong, just taking everything out. Oh, look at the points galore. Points galore. Oh, I didn't even get those 2,000. Roll, roll, stay alive, shoot grenades. Oh man. This is insane. It's just, it's hitting me in the corner. I can't move. So I tried to sit there and just fight everything off until the level was over. And it was successful. I need it. Ah, there we go. Now, I believe the background you can destroy. I didn't really go after it once the enemy started spawning, because that kind of gave me the hint when you could barely see the helicopters. I was pretty sure you could shoot the rocks, but I shot it and I'm like, why isn't it crumbling? But I guess you really have to do a number on that background piece to destroy it. As you will see when we get to the end of this level, that background actually crumbles. And you notice that with every level that we've played through so far, anything that I haven't destroyed will crumble. Anything that's destroyable will crumble if you haven't destroyed it at the end of every level. So that's something to notice on your playthrough if you're not aware of what can be destroyed. The game kind of shows you what can be destroyed at the end of every level if you haven't destroyed it already. So yeah, I'm just, ooh, just nearly avoided that. I got 3 of those gray infantry. Oh, never mind, the background is destroyed. Now for this boss, there's a gimmick, right? Now the 5 missile silos in front will continuously respawn, and when you shoot them, they don't do damage against the enemy, right? The only damage you're going to do is by shooting the big middle one. So my strategy here is shoot the one in the middle on the one side like I'm doing right now. I kind of figure it out. I haven't figured out quite just yet, but then I catch on at the end what you're supposed to do. Just shoot that middle one. Yeah, it takes a death or so to figure it out, and every time you die in a boss fight, you have to start the boss fight over again at full health, right? So I'm starting again, and I'm starting to learn what I have to do here. So just shoot the middle. I thought you had to shoot the other one too, but then I kind of figured, come on, shoot the middle. All right, when do we start just shooting the middle? And then we go up and shoot him in between, then respawn, shoot that again, destroy, go back, shoot that. Avoid being shot by the blue projectile. And see, I'm fine-tuning it. I died again. This is where we should have it right now. I think I can click right here. Like, I'm right. This is what we're supposed to do. Sidestep that. Shoot that. Yeah, don't worry about the middle. Like, shoot that. I'm like, do I have to shoot the middle? Yeah, I'm still not there yet. But this is probably right where it clicks. Right here. Sidestep. The object, yeah, shoot it before it shoots any projectiles, that one. Just shoot it before it can shoot anything, and then you're safe. Because then you don't have to worry about the one on the right, because of the angle that it shoots. You're in between it. So you never have to move to avoid the one in the middle. You only have to worry about it when you have to move to avoid the blue projectile. But for the most cases, the blue projectile doesn't come all the time, so you can just sit there and like go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until the boss is defeated. So we're about halfway there. We're getting close. Anticipation. Oh, here we go. Over 2.2 million, and boom, the boss is destroyed. Yes. And I can't believe it at this point. I just beat the game on 1 quarter. Wow. So for all your high score chasers, this is what you're gonna have to do, and then some, to take #1 spot. You gotta play through the game on 1 quarter and get through all this insanity. So hopefully this gameplay kind of shows you what's expected of you when you get to the higher levels, and hopefully some of the tips will help you get through some of those boss fights. And make them easier for you. Best thing is try not to overthink some of those boss fights. They're pretty simple. Some of the levels are harder to get through than the actual boss fights. Just so many projectiles. And it's fantastic. So I'm just ecstatic here. We're gonna go in and punch in our initials. And I, and all the way down to X. That's Nix. Yeah. And there we go. Boom. All completion. Fantastic. Well, that was amazing, everybody. Thank you so much for friggin' joining me today. I had a blast playing this game and showing you guys, you know, some gameplay and tips. So hopefully when I check the leaderboards, I see some of those scores improve. And hopefully one day you guys can reach the summit and get past the 2 million mark and beat this game on 1 quarter. And this game is a lot of fun. If you're looking for a challenge, this is a game that's right up your alley. If you like shoot 'em ups and bullet hell type games, this is the game for you. There is so much going on, so much chaos. I don't even know how I survived in some cases on those levels that we just witnessed there. Like, my jaw dropped at times. I'm like, how did you not die there? There's a grenade projectile. How did you roll? Like, I don't know. But it was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed that playthrough, and I'm looking forward to playing through it again, and hopefully online. Absolutely. We got to get an online match going, guys. Hopefully we'll set something up soon. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and stopping by. Alright, later.
Got a little bit of gasoline. Got a little bit of gasoline. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. Got a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. Got a little bit of gasoline. Welcome to another crime scene. I'ma make it burn. 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 Got a little bit of gasoline.